Yeah, ABA therapy. Did you do that?
Y-E-V. Yes, forever.
That's probably a big question. I guess, what do you think of how many hours?
Yeah, how many hours did you do of that? Yeah. You remember?
0.
Yeah, 40 hours a week. Therapists were coming and going, right, Gav? That's a lot of work. What did you think of ABA therapy? I know it was a lot, and you were little then.
Yes, I think it is a lot for young kids.
Yeah. He has told me too that he was so sick then too, and they expect you to sit and do exactly what they want you to do, and even in school, when you were in school, they, like obviously now he needs to stand for whatever reason. He doesn't want to sit right now. And when I homeschooled him, I had the bouncy ball chairs so that we could sit on a bouncy ball chair. And these people, they have to realize that, they can still learn, they can still talk and communicate, and they may need to have to stand, or they can't have their hands on the desk. When he was in school, there was handprints on the desk. And I said, well, what's that for? And they're like, well, that's for hands down. And I was like, wait a minute. Kids need to stim. And he was a real big hand flapper back then. And I'm like, if you want his hands down, he's doing this to try to handle the situation of even being in this room right now, or the lights and all this different stuff. So I'm like, they have to realize that they have to, or oftentimes I just think they have way too much on the walls, way too much stimulation for these kids.
Yes, we did ABA, like 40 hours a week. Oh my gosh.
See, we have to explain that, 40 hours isn't actually 40 hours. We already had this discussion in one of the other videos on our personal vlog.
No, part of it was just going grocery shopping or to the library or to the park.
Right. So part of the 40 hours, we'd at least do one outing, and so you'd figure that's at least 4. But I mean, so they would get here. It'd be interesting to interview them, but they would get here. It would take them probably 20 minutes to set up, and then in between, it usually took like at the end. So they would come in 4 hours at a time, twice. So then you had like 20 minutes set up, probably 20 minutes tear down. So now you're looking at 7 hours, and then the other person had the same thing. So now you're looking at like 6 hours, if I can count my fingers right. 6 hours a day. So it was more like somewhere around 30 hours, and then we would do an outing. So that would be like 4 or 5 hours. At least let's just say 4 hours. So that would get you down to like. And usually we'd actually do 2 a lot of times, depending on the time of year, because we'd go to the park. So it's definitely way too much time if it was just inside. But they also do like breaks every like 45 minutes. They do like a 15-minute break or something.
Yeah, they let them go and come sit by me or play.
So when they say 40, it's not really 40, and it wasn't even that we had 40. It was like we had to be available for 40.
For 40 hours. They had to be here for 40 hours.
But I think it actually ended up being a lot of times because they didn't have an extra staff, 36 hours.
Yeah, it wasn't as much because they couldn't find someone to be out by us.
Yeah. So I know that's one of the issues with it.
Like a couple days, they would just accompany him to a group meeting, like Kites was a bunch of other kids with autism in a room, all having fun and therapy together with our therapists, and then we go to the park as a group too, on a regular basis with an autistic group.
And that would count as part of the hours. Didn't if like 2 teachers come, they counted it as like 2 hours each?
I don't know.
It was something like that too, where like it was like 40 hours.
Well, they all had to have their hours counted.
Right.
So maybe it did count towards the final. Because at any one point when there was a meeting, we'd have 6 different people in our living room talking about Everett.
Yeah.
There's pretty much where AUAU comes in again. At the ABA, that's where his therapy full time for 2 years.
It was
and
20 hours a week, I think.
Yeah. Oh, at least.
That's what they do.
5 hours.
They're there from 7:30 till 3 or when you drop them off, but they do from
About 5 hours a day.
5 hours a day, 20 hours a week.
And once again, plans are in place at the time, arranged by them and parents, just for their development, where their weaknesses are.
IP goals.
IP goals, yeah.